welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with a bit of a different video to my usual ones, and it's also a bit of a two-in-one. I'm going to link down below why I've made these. Tanya from Tatty Treasures set a challenge, I think it was May, where you could make her a tag. I'll move that out of the way for her now. Where you could make her a tag for a birthday challenge. She's going to display them around her room, and she's going to pick at random, I think it was, a winner for something that she's then made. So I've just popped on today with the tag I've made her. I'm not actually going to upload this video until I know that she's received this, and I might actually wait until after the 25th of July even. I'm not sure yet, but definitely until I know she's received it. This is the tag I made for her. It's the usual tag shape. I've backed this with some printable paper, used some washi tape, got this teeny tiny little paper clip. I absolutely love that. These were Tim Holtz, I think. These are quite a recent thing I bought off Amazon. From a private seller. I don't like buying off Amazon if it's coming from Amazon, but this came from a small business, so that's okay. And this tag, I cannot take credit for this design. I will link down below the lady who gave me the inspiration for it. I will just zoom out a tad for this. And this, basically there's a lace on the bottom, and you pull that, and I try and fit it all in the screen, and basically it's like a waterfall, and I made it of her name, so it's Tanya. I will link down below if you wanted to see, but it's quite easy really. These are little alphabet printables I had off Gi Kerr Happiness and Crafting a while back. These are so useful. I've made them as covers for personalising journals and things, but this is actually a tag I've done. You basically cut out each element that you want, washi tape it together, so you can see on the back you then washi tape each join as well, which allows for this movement. That's the back of the tag if you wanted to see that. Left it blank so she can write on it, and obviously you've got all this on the back you can write if you wanted. The theme of her journal actually was, not the theme of her journal, the theme of this giveaway was to send her a tag for her birthday. I've lost that teeny tiny clip, there it is. Send her a tag for her birthday with either like a piece of wisdom that you've gained in your life, or a favourite quote or something, along those lines. So I have so many, it was impossible for me to choose just one, but I went with this one in the end. My favourite sorts of quotes, or the words that I've really stand out to me and mean a lot, seem to all revolve around being present, being mindful, being in the moment, making the most of this time, the small things. Anyway, so the quote I went for was, "Be where you are, otherwise you will miss your life." This is one quote, and there is another slightly longer one of this, which is something like, "As you eat, travel and walk," something like that. Be where you are, otherwise you'll miss your life. But that is so true. It's that life isn't made up of big moments, it's all the little tiny moments. That's what goes to make up a life. And if you're not present in it every day or every minute as much as you can, you kind of miss your life. So I love that. So anyway, so that's my tag. And then, because like I said, I have so many quotes, I found it really difficult to choose just one. I also made one of my, I'll just zoom back the other way a bit now. I made her one of these staggered notebooks that I really enjoy making. These are from Natasha at Treasure Books from a year or two ago. I'll link that video down below if you wanted to make one. And these are basically a book that you make that is staggered, all different staggered papers. I did pop 50 on the front because that's what it's for. It's for her 50th birthday giveaway. And there's just all different papers. And I've used these myself, this style, for keeping a little journal of something. And you can again do the same, even on the printable pages that I've put in here. I've made sure they're of such a design that you can write over them. Just back that with some printable coffee dyed. I've edged some of these. The thing with this is you can embellish these as much as you like. You can ink the edges, you can embellish them, or you can leave them plain and use them more as writing. I love that page. This is the centre of it, and obviously this oh, I haven't glued there. That reminds me then, okay, I need to glue the edges, because they'll be like a pocket and you could pop like a tag in there if you wanted, or whatever she wants to do. This is that paper I showed in a recent video, the draw lining, so it's still curling a bit, so I'm hoping to flatten that for her. But I do love journals like this. I love, you know, you leave your pages ripped, they don't all have to be cut. You can punch them, all different, I mean, teeny tiny size there, love that. The only thing I'm seeing is that, oh, I'm always matchy. I wish, you know, all the colours match, and in a way I wish it could be a bit more eclectic, but anyhow. Anyway, this leads me on to the second part of the video. Like I said, it's a bit of a 2-in-1. It is Tanya's Tatty Treasure's giveaway challenge, but the realisation of how much I love quotes and words of wisdom, which is what the theme of her giveaway was. So, you know, so she could write extras in there if she wanted, led me sort of on to thinking about, it's not a very pretty thing, I know, to look at, but I'm going to explain a bit more about it. A few years ago, well, quite a few years, probably, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, I started jotting in this very plain looking book, because this was way before I discovered junk journaling. I started jotting in this book words or phrases, paragraphs, things like that in books, because I love reading, that either spoke to me or I really found inspirational, or said something that is in my mind and I can't formulate the words. So I started this commonplace book. Now, when I started jotting in this notebook, I had no idea that doing that was a thing, let alone that it actually has a name, which is a commonplace book. And I discovered that by chance, probably 2 years ago, this phrase, commonplace book, on a YouTube video by Nick the Booksmith, and I'm going to link that video down below. She was making her own commonplace book. And I think there's another video I'm going to link as well about them, in case you wanted to do these. I just love this. I mean, really, as I read through it, sometimes I look back, sometimes you can use them for inspiration. Well, I'll talk about that a bit more in a bit. But as I look back, I can sort of see, I remember what stage of my life I was at, because actually these started before I even had children, so actually that's at least 19 years ago. And as you read through, you can see things that became important to you, or things that had more meaning, or things that helped you understand things. Anyway, I'm waffling. But I thought, I'm going to keep this, and when I'm gone, anybody who might want it, they might wonder what it was. So out of Sense and Sensibility, I made this like little faux envelope. I'm going to decorate this side, and I'm going to pop something there to keep it closed. But it's actually a faux envelope because it explains. And I will read this out, but I'll be quite quick. And if you want to skip, that's fine. You know, this might not be a video for you, but this explains commonplace books. I started this commonplace book as I discovered words written coherently of half-formed ideas or thoughts that were in my head, and words that really resonate with me. I didn't know this was even a thing until a chance viewing of a YouTube video by Nick the Booksmith. Since then, I've found out a lot about them and want this itself, as in this, in my commonplace book. They have been around a very long time, as far back as the 17th century, and well-read folks had decided they wanted to carry them, the lessons that were most impactful to them, by writing them down. A commonplace book is a place to collect your found quotes, musings about life, reality, everything. And people write these to reflect on or be reminded of. But why? Well, because it's a great line and it stood out to me. I want to have it for reference later or for possible inspiration. It is the opposite of a journal. Journals are for taking notes on our personal experiences. With a commonplace book, you detach. You're capturing observations about the human condition. They're a place to record your thoughts and ideas you don't yet comprehend. Wisdom, not facts. And a commonplace book over time can amass true wisdom you can turn to. It's a depository for ideas, quotes, anecdotes, observations. The purpose is to record these gems for later use. Writing emails, notes to friends, cards, conversations are all opportunities to use the wisdom you've come across, and this is a project for a lifetime. It doesn't just have to be material just from books. Movies, speeches, conversations work too, anything good. Some people do claim interest is a modern iteration of the commonplace book, and I agree. My boards are a collection of ideas, inspiration, albeit in pictorial form, but I do actually have a board called Words, full of quotes waiting to be transferred to my commonplace book. And as time goes on, I will be able to look back and see different stages of my life reflected in this book. But for me, it is first and foremost somewhere to keep discovered words, nuggets of wisdom, musings and quotes that resonate with me for whatever reason. So that is going to be slightly decorated a bit more up and popped in here. And I have popped some, what are these called? Honestly, post-it note things, just to, and I do apologise for the cover, like I said, this was way before I discovered junk journaling, of what I mean, like more of examples of what are in here. So in one book, these are all different times, so I must have read a book, I've no idea which one it was, and it says, I know it's just a small thing, but it's the sum of the small things. That's what wears you down in the end. Not a very happy quote, but it meant something to me at the time. This is one of my most favourite quotes. I've got lots, but this is one of them. I'm just going to check that I am in frame. And it is, every human being is a collection of selves. We change all the time. We never stay as one person as we go on our journey to the grave. And that is something that those words, I think that was from William Boyd's Any Human Heart, those words really put into words what jumbles through my mind. I don't feel that anyone is the same person all the way through your life. But that sort of put that kind of thought or idea that I have, this is it written down in words that really make sense to me. So there's all sorts of things in here. There's every time I've read a good paragraph in a book, I write it down. This is another one. They're not mind-blowing, but they're just things that made sense to me, or to explain to you a bit more about commonplace books. Too many thoughts tumbling through her head, all battling for attention, clashing and colliding, falling apart before she had time to address any of them properly. So those words again sort of put into mind how sometimes inside my mind feels. It's like I've got all these things and nothing is, it just does. They clash, they collide, and you don't have time to sort one before you're thinking about another. Anyway, so that's just the sorts of things in a commonplace book. Then I thought I would show my, I've just got to switch on. So my Pinterest board is, again, because some people do them electronically, I'm obviously a paper and pen type person, but this is like an electronic sort of version of a commonplace book, and these are where you keep your ideas, aren't they, of different things or things that make sense to you. And the one that I was going to show you was my words one. Now you will have to bear with me while I'm flicking through. There were a couple in here. Sometimes they're just silly little ones, aren't they? Like, I feel like my greatest accomplishment today has been not saying out loud what I'm thinking. Sometimes there are nice poems that I love. I love this Ralph Waldo Emerson one about basically telling yourself you've done your best and tomorrow's a new day. Dust if you must, that is absolutely one of my most favourite ones. You are not, you're not your age, you're not the size of the shoes you wear, or your clothes rather. Anyway, my favourite, stop the glorification of busy. You can do anything but not everything. Families are like branches on a tree. We grow in different directions, but our roots remain as one. Oh, yeah, if you think their messy room is hard to look at, just wait till it's empty. Yeah. Anyway, so again, this is almost like an electronic version of my commonplace book. Wherever you are, be all there. There's a good one. I'm trying to show you one in particular, though. But anyway, Wobby Sobby, that's another. Give life a meaning. You might know. Oh, here we go. This is another one of my favourite ones. I know I sound a bit pessimistic. I'm not. I think these are what give me meaning in my life, really. It isn't the date on either end that counts, but how they use their dash. For that dash between the dates represents all the time they spent alive on Earth. And now only those who loved them know what that little line is worth. And that, again, I want this on my gravestone when I die, whoever originally pinned this. Did I say this was on Pinterest? But all these sorts of things. Anyway, once you've got your collection, whether it's an electronic one here, or, oh, that's another one I love, which is, again, is a bit sad. Sometimes, yeah, anyway. Don't regret getting old. Don't regret growing older. It's a privilege denied to many. That, again, is one of my, you know, beliefs. It's a value that I have. Anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's a collection like this or in a scrappy little notebook, or, you know, it's not really about how you present it. It is about, in fact, that's interesting. Look, I just meant to say as well. Let me just, I was about to put my what's it in there. Here, even on here, I carry, this is my, I don't know, what do you call this? Your screen or whatever, the, oh, I don't know, your front screen thing. And even on that, I've always got words. It's a picture of a clock with no time on it, but everything, every minute is now, 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 now. And the little quote there is, all you have is now. And so, yeah, I hadn't actually realised till I was just talking to you here. But anyway, so I digress. So we started with Tanya at Tatty Treasure's giveaway, and then because, you know, I put, oh my goodness, I've got that stuck in there now, because I've moved on to, you know, why I've given her the Staggered notebook as well, and also the fact that the theme of her giveaway, that's how we got to this, wasn't it, was, you know, words of wisdom or quotes or nuggets you've picked up along in your life. I just decided to use this as an opportunity to talk about the Commonplace book. I am going to link any of the relevant videos down below. Well done if you've stuck to the end of this video, because I think I have rambled. Actually, I try to stick very succinctly in my YouTube videos, but I think today I have allowed my mind to just ramble where it does usually. I hope you found it interesting. I'd love to know if you keep a Commonplace book and whether you knew it was even called that. Is yours electronic, on Pinterest, in a notebook? Anyway, let me know, and that is all for now, and thanks for stopping by. Bye bye.